Several lines crossing Mount of Saturn and the heart line indicate rheumatism. I would basically indicate what the book says and then basically add few things that I normally feel. If you have these particular kind of lines, something like these are kind of a little bit negative lines. And I have generally not seen these kind of indications in actual palm reading. I do agree that horizontal lines are considered to be negative lines, and the book has basically differentiated between these particular lines that are said, and it has also differentiated that if you have these kind of lines, something like these, it means something else. So there's a little bit of confusion. What should we basically consider? Because these kind of indications normally do not show up in the hand. But I do certainly agree that these kind of lines that you see out here, these are negative lines. You would also notice that I've written these particular qualities that the Saturn mount depicts. There are few negative aspects out here, like depression, unwise decision, slow decision making, and loneliness, sadness, depressive tendencies, all these things. And it basically restrictions also. Restriction can be in the form of jail, or restriction can be in the form of like your limbs are not basically, they get restricted. So that's the reason why these kind of indications are considered to be bad. I would even go further that if the lines are being crossed something like these, then it becomes even bad. So we can't quantify how bad it is going to be, but certainly it's going to be bad. We have to look at the hand as a whole, not only looking at one or two signs and then making our conclusions, because the effect of these particular lines are likely to show up on the other lines as well. So that's the reason why we should take a look at the hand as an overall aspect, not only limited to one or two things in one's hand. So the book, I would just repeat what the book says. If there are several lines crossing the mount of Saturn and the line of heart, it indicate hereditary rheumatism. So this is what basically the book says. And I do agree to some extent that rheumatism, you must be knowing what rheumatism means. The dictionary meaning of rheumatism is any disease marked by inflammation and pain in the joints, muscles, or fibrous tissues, especially rheumatoids, arthritis. So this is what rheumatism basically means. And badly marked Mount of Saturn certainly indicates that the chances of your limbs getting restricted, like the movement of the limbs getting restricted, basically increases with too many lines or criss-crossing lines, something like these. Vertical lines are good. If you have got one single line, that's perfectly good. But too many lines basically is considered to be an excellent indication to have. Thanks, bye, and take care.